Hey everybody, I thought I'd do an unboxing video. Never done one of these before. Quite a hard case. Mine's certainly not going to be concentrating on the actual box itself, all that sort of stuff. I really am more of a collector and painter, I guess. I would love to have an army, I think, of Xenos Gene Stealer Cult, for sure. So I bought this box set a couple of weeks ago when it first came out, and I was going, oh, we should do a box video unboxing then, and I was like, I didn't really know what to do. So I watched a few, and so I'll recommend a couple now that I liked. If you really want to see a proper unboxing, go to I think Great Jojo Man and Spiky Bits. They did a good one too, and I think Orc Painter Nerd, and he's certainly done a lot of good paint schemes, which I might be following a little bit on. We'll talk about that a bit later. So this is going to mainly concentrate on the models and how I want to paint them. We'll get to that in a bit. I thought I'll just quickly go over what's in the box so that it's officially an unboxing video. So, great cover art. Suffer not the alien to live. Yeah, whatever. We're all going for the cult. So in the box, let's see how this focuses. I've got you on a tripod, so I'm trying to see if I can get it. So bases, hooray, woo. Dice, more bases. If you want base and all this sort of stuff, go to those other guys, they talk about them much better. I quite like this. It's flimsy, but it's quite tidy. Good graphics on it. We've got the Space Marine cards. I haven't opened anything. I'm going to keep it all nice and clean until I play, which could be months away from painting these. And then the cult cards. I've had a quick look at over the rules. It seems quite neat, and that's what sort of appeals to me. Is this is a game, I think. You know, you can just crack into it with someone who might not play as much, which I think that's what these games are for. They'll get you into the hobby sort of things. Bit of crack there. So what we've got is the board, the game board, and these are quite neat. Hopefully they hold up after a few years. You know, I think that would be, everyone's got a Monopoly game or whatever that you want it to last. And then here's the book, which is, to me, it's a pretty flimsy little book, but I guess it's got simple rules, so you know, they're easy to follow. Got lots of models, paint schemes there, heavy metal, all the armour, weapons, rundowns, good lot of fluff there. Cool sort of portraits, old Mads there. I think for the price maybe it could have been a bit of a better book, but I'm sure this is enough. I have only read the first mission because I'm gonna when I play them, there'll be sort of a surprise. You know, ooh, what do we do? What's actually up to? But as I said, that could be months away. So the models is probably what I'm interested in. What maybe you might be interested in as well. So here we go. We've got the instruction booklet, and then a whole lot of sprues, which are empty. So I've put them all together. This last week I've spent the whole week putting them together to my get ready for painting assembly. So they're part assembled because some of them I aren't doing all as one model. So leaving you from the empty box there, which I just noticed that was quite a bit of a long downtime. I'll pan you over to the whole screen there. We got all the cult over there, Patriarch, and then your Space Marines here. But I'll sort of go through, not through everyone, but through the main lot of them, and what I think of them, and then colour schemes and stuff like that. So, excuse me. First one is a Patriarch, which I think there's been a lot of videos on him, so it'll be quite quickly. Great, from my perspective, it's a great model. Look how dynamic that is. And not a lot of mould lines on there. Putting it together, that's quite a sort of a important thing for me. And if you were to notice just back that I've put some of them all together and some I haven't. So this one I have. I think it's easy enough to get to those harder places. Yeah, but oh yeah, here's a great model. Yeah. Okay. What I thought, yeah, I'll go quickly over some of the little familiars. They're pretty neat. I've put them all together. They're quite, you know, all these little ones are quite characterful. Little golem there. To the leaders, you've got your Magus and your Primus. Your Primus, as you can see there. I haven't put that arm on. I just want to get to the chest on some of these models. And his head is only blue tacked on. These ones with the chest piece that's separate from the heads, I've done the heads so that I can do them by themselves, which is will be quite good because of putting them back on, because it'll just be sort of black and dark around the base of the heads. They'll slot in there nicely, and I'll be able to do a bit more detail around their necks and the top of their chest piece. But this model is pretty cool. The paint jobs from like Heavy Metal and that are great. There's bone swords and that I really like. And the Magus, he's pretty cool. I've always loved these Gene Stealer Colts right from the 90s when I used to think I'd quite like to play it when I had no money at all. I like the whole idea of the cult, you know, a big hive mind taking over the humans. That's sort of why I like the Chaos ones. I've got, people might have seen my Chaos army, and I had those new cultist models, and they were sort of covered that sort of base, whole renegades and all that sort of carry on. So this is sort of a bit of a crossover for me, for fluff wise, which I like. I know you purists will go, no, there's a big difference, but to me it's not so much of a difference. So I'll go over one of each of the extra ones. So these are called the Princelings, Gene Stealer. These are pretty dynamic models. Really like them. Again, these ones are like the Patriarch, and I've put them together all as one. So all the limbs and other heads, all the paint job will flow together. That's those guys. What do we got here as well? So these are my favourite. These adherents. There's 4 of these, and they've sort of, there's 2 different poses, or 2 different weapons. There's a big hammer, which appeals to me, the big mining hammer. But the poses are sort of all a little bit different. Will this work? Who knows if this will work? Yeah, let's have a look. As you can see, they're all a little bit different, which is really neat. I like that. There's 2 types, but then they're swapped around, so there's 4 types all together, if you know what I mean. Put that back there, sorry about that. Just trying to figure out how I'm doing this tripod thing. I think it works better than me shaking around like my other videos. And then we've got the, let's see, 1st and 2nd generation guys. With the extra arms, and they look a bit more alien-y, which is cool. All of these ones all have the heads removed. The weapons in that are really good. Nice and sharp, they're not dull and boring or funky looking. Same here, that's a quick look at that one. A lot of detail there, look at that chest. So that's a few of them that have the weapons across their arms, across their chest, sorry. Yeah, they're the ones that I really want to get the chest piece done correctly. Like this guy here, here we go, that's what I had this one for. You can see that he hasn't got his right arm because he's got an auto gun or something in front of him. I just want to get that detail in and then throw the arms on. Yeah, which is good. Again, his head's looks a bit funky because it's the blue text pushing it out. And then there's those mining laser, guys. This is quite a cool big weapon. Interesting. Sort of funky stuff. And just quickly to finish off this, I'll show you what my painting sort of preparation looks like. Yes, heads and guns. And I guess the point I should make about these ones is that I've done all the sanding of mould lines and all of that stuff over this week. So that was a bit of a mission, and I was pretty proud of that. Quite a mission. You know, there's like 50 odd models within this box set, which I sort of got done. So, yeah. And I thought I'll quickly go over the Marines. I think I'll do separate. You know, once I get under painting, get underway painting, you know, you'll start to see what they look like, because they are a bit disjointed, like the sky. The White Scar, pretty neat bike, very dynamic. We got a couple of jump pack guys. There's a Raven Guard guy, but that's a bit funky, that pose. Just the crossed right hand there, I'm not too keen on, but like that it looks good like that, that's for sure. Probably the favourite of most people, and probably my own, is the Salamander Heavy Flamer guy. Terminator. Yeah, he's going to look pretty cool. And then you've got the Space Wolf guy, you see the heads off there. Very dynamic running pose there. And again, I could lift the head off that guy. Just quickly to make some room, there's some objective marker type things, teleport Homer and a servo skull. And what else we got? We've got, oh yeah, I think this is a Blood Angel guy. This fancy curly hair. Really cool jetpacks, quite detailed. Yes, that's right. This is the Ultramarine Captain, I think, or the Chaplain, yeah. A lot of detail, pretty dynamic pose. See, I've kept the front bit off there, so I can get that chest piece done, and then it'll just slot on over the top. Won't be too much waste of time doing that, but I think it'll work. It'll make them look better in the long run. I sort of want to do a good job on them. The Dark Angel guy, I like it, but his legs are a bit funky. But the way they do these snap kits, some compromises that have to be made, so I think that's where that sort of happens, but still good, I think. Still a good model. Which, you know, I've got a little bit of a Dark Angel's force. It'd be cool to have him in front of a squad or something. Which I think all of these guys could be. You know, you could throw them in your standard army either as the character, or just as like an epic sergeant or captain or something. That Liberian is really neat. I like that. I like this Liberian. He's a little bit different in the fact that his arms are a bit more freer from other Liberians that I've seen. What else we have? What's this guy's name? Okay, like I'm going to be able to say that. Oh yeah, he's just got a melter gun there. Again, oh yeah, that's his Iron Hands, isn't he? He's got that cool cybernetic leg. Cyborg leg, yeah. Yeah, he looks good in the heavy metal. Which they all look pretty good. There's not many that I really don't like, so I'm pretty keen to paint them. In the black colour scheme, you know, the Deathwatch colour scheme would be pretty cool. He's got some big fuck off gun there, isn't he? And then I think this is the other Ultramarine guy. Most of them are not all fully assembled, which is fine. So let's see, colour schemes. Well, for those guys, what I've recently done is this Templar, and he's got a bit. He's black, you know, black with a few highlights here and there. So you'll sort of see what my Deathwatch will look like, I think. Tried a few different bit of edge highlighting, tried to shade some grey into black there, sort of see that. Pretty happy with how the decals came out on that. Yeah. So that's sort of how my Deathwatch is going to end up looking like, no doubt. A little bit grimier than what those Games Workshop guys do, but I like that better. So the big one that I sort of really want to talk about is the paint scheme of the Colt, because I had started Tyranid Army, and I was like, oh, how am I going to do that? And I like the Leviathan scheme, mainly because, oh gosh, excuse me, it's terrible. I'd done red from the Chaos, and I was a bit sick of red, but I sort of quite alright at it, you know. So I did it on the claws. So I had the the glossy purple carapace with the sort of underbody, underbody is sort of a pale colour with washes and all that sort of stuff. So let's go there, I'll put them there. Work, yep, cool. But I really do like this paint scheme, this blue and purple, and that for the real Genestealery guys. And then it's sort of less purple, and it gets more into, oh, it's terrible. I was supposed to show you what was up with that. Into the colour, the paler colours of the human skin. So I think that's going to give the army a little bit of variety, because I think you could join it with a Tyranid army, I believe. So you could have quite a good themed army there, and because I've got a few Tyranid models, I think I'll do it in that purple and blue paint scheme. But I guess that's where you get to a point where you go, well, is that a thing, fluff wise or paint scheme wise? You know, I'm asking Tyranid players that you did, are they looking forward to joining forces with the Genestealer cult? No, for a 40k game. Is it sort of viable? I know you can sort of do anything, but anyway, I guess there's no question, it's more of a statement. But I think that's how I'm going to do it. Any thoughts or comments, just give me a yell, and finish up here on this shot of just the monsters of plastic that needs to be done. And stay tuned, I think the next one I'll have some tester models done and them all undercoated. So see you for now.